No.
Titanic 2, Electric Boogaloo. It'll be fine.
So, and the worst part is they were going to bloody America. Never mind, moving on.
So I said that's a sequel. Titanic 2, Electric Boogaloo. They go backwards. It's fine. The boat flows up from the bottom. It's basically the whole movie in reverse. It's really weird. She catches the fucking bit. Anyway, moving on. Yeah. Got it again. Anyway.
Oh, no, Jack, don't.
Don't touch me there. Paint me like one of your French...
I can't do it.
No, you
I
can't
do it.
Paint me like one of your French girls. Well, shit. No. Images. No.
Anyway,
so Jurassic Park 4 is pretty damn cool. But it's you know what's going into it. You know what I mean? It's like watching the new horror movie. You know everyone's going to die.
yeah.
If someone says, "I'll be right back," no, you're not. I'm a virgin. I'm saving myself for marriage. Well, you ain't gonna, because you're gonna be sliced up. If you go, here are my titties, here is my knife, stab, stabby, stabby. There's certain rules that's going to happen. Jurassic Park, they've got the park up and running. Everything's amazing. Not for long enough, though.
Well, of course not, because there is always one megalomaniac that wants something more than they should have.
Yeah.
And like that weird man with the glasses in the first movie.
Nedry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Newman. As he became to be for Seinfeld. But no, it's the other thing was, what was I going to say? So basically what happens is that Jurassic World exists. It's set on the first island where the first movie's based. Basically everything that happened in the first movie is canon. Everything that happens in the second and the third, they don't talk about. They don't care. They just pass over. Who gives a fuck? Which is kind of cool in a way. But so, excuse me, the first one, they go there, everything's all high-tech, it's all cool, everything's groovy, they've got
It's
like 20,000 people in an island watching dinosaurs and everything else of this. But instead of it being some sort of storm and some sort of fucking, electrical power point dropping down or whatever, they make this new dinosaur. As I said, spoilers, but we've done a spoiler warning, so bite me.
And it's also in the reviews. For the
Yeah,
movie,
it's in the main part. So basically it's called Indominus Rex, and it's a mashup of everything. They slowly release what it's a mashup of. But it's basically a huge fucking dinosaur that's smart, can hide its heat, can camouflage, and it's bigger than a T-Rex, stronger than a T-Rex, more intelligent than half the humans on that freaking island, and just there to fuck shit up, pretty much.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, is as they say numerous times in it, just like when Chris Pratt says it, who's awesome and funny in this movie.
I love Chris Pratt.
He would be my turn gay for numerous times.
I'd have to say it's very easy to fall back in love with that guy. Like, I loved him in Parks and Rec, and he's sort of a cross between Parks and Rec and Guardians of the Galaxy, I think.
Yeah, just a little bit more hard ass.
Yeah,
and like this is my play. But anyway, but yeah, so it's up to them to take this dinosaur back. And the cool thing is that all the dinosaurs are kind of trained in the sense of like the raptors are trained now to a certain extent. They realize that Chris Pratt is the man. He's the alpha. They've got four raptors there called Delta, Beta, Charlie,
and Blue.
And this was a typical bloody trailer line though. Who's the alpha? You're looking at him. It was like, yeah, okay.
That's such an ego. My dick's bigger than your dick.
He could have just said me, but it was like, you're looking at him. It was like, yeah, fair enough. Anyway, so that's not my Chris Pratt impersonation, by the way. It was just my American big man voice. But anyway, so basically what happens is that, dinosaur gets free. Very clever dinosaur, scratches up parts, pretends it's not there. They open the door, out he runs, starts eating people. Basically, shit gets fucked up. And then he starts running around killing dinosaurs. Now, the thing that is really cool how they've done this in this is because he's a made dinosaur. He's not
So he's not actually a dinosaur. He is, and this is
genetically engineered.
And this is why I think in some instances genetics should not be fucked with.
They basically just go, right, we're going to mix in... I think the final release of it is it's T-Rex, Raptor... Cuttlefish, which can change their colour or affect their thermo something, and snake, which can affect the other things there. So it picks up all the things of it and goes, right, I'm a cuttlefish, I can change my colours, awesome. And the
that was so
the first
cool.
scene you fully properly see it is that one where they're going down the jungle. He looks up and it just goes green, and then all of a sudden it goes like a really retarded magic eye, and out comes this dinosaur, and it's just like, holy fuck! Who then starts eating everyone and hum nom 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 kind of thing. That made the crowd. Did you hear everyone in the audience do that when they came out?
Yeah, everyone was like, oh!
Because it's one of those. There's no music. There's no nothing. You just see the dinosaur go, and then it changes colour, and everyone just goes, fuck.
But that's what makes it more epic. I find that sometimes the movie music makes it predictable. It's like, why everybody thought that the Blair Witch Project was real, because there was no music.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked how they did that. There were certain parts there was no music whatsoever, just so that you're in the holy shit. But then again, you're not really going to worry about your trumpets or your violins taking over by a fucking T-Rex roar. You know what I mean? It's going to be no T-Rex wins all the time, so it's kind of that kind of sense.
That's true.
But anyway, so they find the dinosaur, they try and fight it, and funnily enough, nothing happens. So the dinosaur runs free, starts mashing down everything else, and starts killing for fun, and just basically having free run of the park until they figure out how the fuck they're going to stop this thing. And basically, they don't. They don't. And at the end of the movie, they're running around, they've got all the people about to get off the island, and someone says, one of the little kids that says something along the lines of, I wish we had more teeth.
That's right. We need more teeth.
We need more teeth. And they look at him like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But then Bryce Dallas Howard, her character clicks on what he's saying and goes, oh, more teeth, I'll be right back, and runs over with a flare. As soon as she said more teeth, I'll be right back, I started stabbing you in the kidney. Like,
which didn't help because I needed to pee.
Exactly. But the T-Rex basically, spoiler, dies. No. The T-Rex appears, and the way he appears, oh my god, I didn't get much sleep last night because every time I close my eyes, that's all I could think of.
You see his bloody great big face in your
basically here, they basically say, I'm going to ruin this, but as I said, this is all spoilers. You have to go see this movie. Even if you listen to this, go see the movie anyway because it's awesome.
It is worth it.
But the part is because they obviously realize T-Rex is coming to fight Indominus Rex, and just goes, woof, the doors open up, everything else. So she's standing there with a flare, which is like a huge huge no-no, but a huge to Dr. Grant and Alan. No, Alan, he is Grant. Grant and Ian Malcolm from the first one, because they run around with the same flares, and she holds the same way and everything else like this. And then the camera pans behind her, and all you can see are two red eyes just staring at her. And as it comes closer, then you realise, oh, it's T-Rex. And then she decides to run. Well, she's been running through a jungle in high heels all the way. I claim bullshit on that one.
Yeah, I claim bullshit on that one too.
But ends up running with this T-Rex right behind her. They skid into the park where the other part is. The Indominus Rex basically goes, I want to eat Chris Pratt for dinner. Wait, hold on, who's this guy over here? Bring it the fuck on. And then as they're fighting, the raptors that Chris Pratt's been training and all that kind of stuff start fighting back against this dinosaur and start fucking having his back and blah, blah, blah. But then some of them get hurt, some of them thingy, but then Blue comes back and fucks them up. It's like, yeah, Blue, yeah. But there's so many things, but I'm not going to spoil the proper ending because you need to see the movie. But
I will be honest, though.
Let's put it this way. Sorry. You go first then, because
before Gareth gets there, but my absolute favourite part, which is probably the I don't know, I don't really know how to explain this part, but the Indominus Rex gets into the aviary and sets all the flying dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
And my favourite bit is where the pterodactyl picks up the babysitter and starts trying to drown her. I know this sounds morbid, but starts trying to drown her in the water. And then I don't know what that dinosaur is, but the big fucking dinosaur that they show on the video clips, you can't miss it. It's shown on the clips.
It's the one that jumps up and grabs all the...
It grabs the shark out of the... Yeah. Takes a bloody great big bite out of that and eats her at the same time. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
That was quite well done.
Yeah.
But she once again, she didn't deserve that death. However, hey,
well, I don't know. She lost the boys. It kind of served her right, really.
Not to be eaten by a dinosaur being drowned. But anyway, you kind of ruined what I was going to say because I wasn't going to say things about it. But
go on then.
The final part where you see the Indominus Rex and stuff like that. if they'd have shot the angle of it just a little bit lower and just maybe a little bit back kind of thing, that could have hidden something which
good
happens,
point.
you know what I mean?
Good point.
Because basically, she smashes through a fence and it's like, hey, and then something happens and blah, 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 blah.
Because obviously we don't want to ruin the experience for you guys. And
I'm sure if you put 2 and 2 together, you're going to work it out. But if they'd have shot it just a little lower, like maybe a foot lower, just so you couldn't see, and then boom, kind of thing. But anyway, it was still a good bit. But I was like, I kind of did feel bad for the dinosaur, though.
I felt bad for the
Indominus
Rex at the end.
Indominus, because it was just like, it didn't know what it was doing. It was just made, thrown in a corner, left alone, and then all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, I can do really cool things.
Like what Chris Pratt...
Yeah. Chris Pratt's like, you did what? Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, they have instincts. They eat, they hunt, and then they... There's no easy way to show that on them.
You gotta kind of relate to one of them. She looks at him like, you're a child. But then again, he has so many cool lines. My favourite line, which it's in the trailers, but I don't care, it's still funny. She says something along the lines of, every time we have a new dinosaur or something like that, the park records go up a bit, so we decided we'd make our own dinosaur. And Chris Pratt goes, they're dinosaurs, that's enough wow. Like, the dinosaurs, that's enough of a wow, It's so true.
That is
but I do
true.
like the fact that it's kind of also a take on the world nowadays, because there were kids there texting while there's like dinosaurs being eaten behind them. They're like, whatever, It's like, what? No, watch, you're in the fucking... But anyway. So cool, though. I just really... it opens itself up for another sequel, which it should.
And it should have Chris Pratt in it.
Yeah, because that was a reboot, so it should have that. But there's
And I love
so many little nods and stuff like that. Like there's one nod to Ian Malcolm, which Bex didn't pick up until I pointed it out to her after the movie. Even at the time, I was poking her in the ribs with it. There's people reading Ian Malcolm's book, and there's photos on the back page, like a full, like the classic book author, the whole hey kind of thing. It's him, and I was like,
ow, 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 ow.
Kind of thing.
Oh, yes, okay.
Yeah.
And I love the little nod to the original.
Oh, there's so... Because as I said, it's on the same island, so they go to a part where they've got all the night vision goggles and the original trucks and the fucking everything that's there, and then they go into the main compound of the... It's
so awesome. You guys have to go and see it.
Yeah.
You really do. I mean, if you're big fans, I know not everybody's a big fan. In fact, one of my friends said to me, I'm not going to waste my time with that crap.
Cool.
And I'm like, you know what, that's fine. But hey, we're big geeks and we love this shit.
You don't even have to be a geek. It's just one of those... It's a cool movie. It has dinosaurs. It has people being eaten. It has parts where... Yeah, I'm not going to lie. If I was at home, I probably would have jumped. There were a couple of jump scares that were like,
oh, yeah.
Jesus. But then again, it's a dinosaur movie. It's fine. The scariest part that I thought was the T-Rex.
Yeah.
When he came out the 2 eyes. That was my...
And I think if you're a kid of the 90s, just like with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, if you were a kid of the 90s and, you were into that shit, because it was all the rage in the 90s. Jurassic Park was like one of the biggest things next to Jumanji and all those sorts of kids' TV shows, movies that came out. Jurassic Park was one of the biggest things.
Yeah.
So if you were a kid of the 90s and you were into this shit, go and see the movie. You'd really love it.
This is we see a movie, we go, yeah, cool, whatever, we'll buy it on Blu-ray or whatever kind of thing. So this, we'll do it later, blah, 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 whatever. I honestly want to see it again in the cinema. I want to go back again and watch it again. That's how much I love this movie.
Actually, to be honest with you, I wouldn't mind that, considering I had to pee like 3 times in the middle of the movie.
Well, that was your own fault. No,
I know.
But it is just.
I'd be down for that.
We should.
We'll
grab a whole bunch of people again and go, right, you've seen it before, let's watch it again.
Totally.
And just enjoy the fucking thing that is Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, whatever the fuck it's called, I don't care. The only thing that sucks is that I really now want a whole set of Jurassic Park Lego because it'll fit so nicely with my other Legos.
Oh my god.
Come on, I've got to get
Not
the
right now.
Quickie Mart, and then I've got to get the thingy, and then I've got to get my computer, and then I've got to get the car keys, and then I've got to get everything else.
What do I get?
A happy smile and a happy partner.
Oh, really?
If I'm not happy, I'm not angry.
What?
I have no idea what I said then.
You said if I'm not happy, I'm not angry.
Happy, I'm not angry. I'm so happy about this goddamn Lego! Yeah. Yeah.
God, no.
Anyway, yeah, so that's it. 30-minute talk on how awesome Jurassic Park is.
Wow, that's probably our longest one yet.
No, 35 minutes was the one we did just before
Oh, you're
this
joking.
episode, and we said we weren't never going to do any